Okay, so I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna start recording and see what happens. This is Shadow the Hedgehog. One of, if not the greatest 3D platformers of all time, in my opinion. This game has kind of gotten quite a bit of reputation over the years for being widely regarded as a terrible game, which I don't really agree with. In fact, arguably, I consider this to be one of the greatest Sonic games of all time. And I'm not just saying that because this is the only Sonic game I've played, because it isn't. I have played other Sonic games. But this one is, by far, the one that I always find myself going back to the most. So I decided that I'm going to be one of the few people on the internet that's actually going to talk about this game and defend this game and talk about how great it is. At least from my personal perspective. So yeah, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to jump right into it, right into story mode, and we'll start off the game.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Why does that name haunt me? It's the only thing I can remember. And that gruesome image. Maria! Who am I? And why can't I remember anything? And who is this Maria? Look how pathetic they are. I don't have time for these humans.
As you can see, the day of reckoning will soon be here. Find the 7 Chaos Emeralds and bring them to me as promised.
Who are you, and how do you know I'm Shadow? And what are you talking about? Just what was that all about? If he says he knows the truth about who I am, then like it or not, I have to believe him. The only way I'm gonna get the secrets to my past is to get those Chaos Emeralds.
And so begins the game. So as you can see from that map over there at the beginning, there are multiple different pathways that you can actually take through playing this game. And as you guys have probably already heard, not just through the marketing, but also through various reviews of this game, it's all dependent on the alignment, which is based on the missions, or your alignment based on the missions that you complete. In this playthrough that I'm doing, I'm actually going to try and get every single route in the game. Not just every single ending, but every single route. All 326 of them, from Punishment Thy Name is Ruin to a Missive from 50 years ago. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this for a while. So currently right now we're just going to ignore Sonic and we're just going to kill the gun soldiers because that's actually part of the dark mission.
I can zero in and attack enemies by pressing the A button in the middle of a jump. They don't give up! Yes, a Chaos Emerald.
So unfortunately, if you need to progress here, you need to kill that black alien over there. Member of the Black Arms. I know a lot of people have taken issue with the fact that the aliens in this game are called black creatures, but I don't think that there was any negative intentions with calling them that. It's just kind of... like, I mean, even Black Doom here says himself that they have jet black skin, so it's like, it's not... I don't think it's meant to imply anything.
These guys are monsters!
But yeah, as you probably can tell, this game has guns in it. And that's kind of one of the major points of contention that I've seen this game get when it comes to people criticizing this game, is that it has guns in it. And to that I say, are we just going to pretend that games like Donkey Kong 64, Crash Bandicoot 3, Spyro Year of the Dragon, and all those games, and, you know, the Ratchet and Clank series don't exist? Those are all 3D platformers, and they all have guns in them. Why does Shadow the Hedgehog get singled out as being terrible? Yeah, sure, I guess you could argue that the guns in most of those games are cartoonier than they are in this game, but that's a small complaint. Anyways, for me, the guns aren't too bad. There are some points in the game where they can be somewhat annoying, but for the most part, if you're smart about it, you only really need to use one gun per each level in the game. So you can mostly ignore the gun mechanics. In fact, you can mostly ignore the gun mechanics for the most part, as your basic attacks and abilities are actually pretty good in their own right. I don't know if I'm going to be collecting all the keys in this game, but I might as well get that one now. So, as you can tell, the main goal for this dark mission right now is to kill all the gun soldiers. Which, this is one of I think, 2 levels in this game where the gun soldiers are not openly hostile to you. The other one is a flashback sequence, though, so this is basically the only level in the game where the gun soldiers don't attack you. So it kind of feels a little cruel going after them, but that's what the game wants me to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, anyways, Westopolis is a level that... honestly, Westopolis is definitely one of the levels in this game that I think widely contributes to a lot of the hate that this game gets. Because aesthetically, Westopolis admittedly is not that great of a level. I mean, outside of the giant laser beams that you see being fired down from the sky, what personality or character does this level have? It's just kind of a generic highway. But unlike Speed Highway, or Radical Highway, or City Escape, that have a ton of character and a ton of personality to it, it just kind of feels like just a generic roadway with a little going for it. Even Lethal Highway, which is in this very game, has a lot more character to it. than this level alone.
Cover fire!
And with the dark and gritty aesthetic that the game has for the most part, it gives you the impression that this is all that the game is. But there are definitely some of the more cartoonier and more creative levels that you see in other Sonic games later on in this game. Some of which you might even see in this dark route. Though they're mostly on the hero side. The dark side mostly has darker levels. And yeah, much like Sonic Adventure 2, you can also find golden gun needles in this game as well.
Well done, Shadow.
So yeah, that was the first mission. I'm going to be doing this one
Anybody who
a
gets
lot.
in my way
In fact,
is
I'm going to
my
be
enemy.
doing this level a lot. Let's see what my ranking is. Perfect.
Perfect.
The Black Aliens have hit 6 major cities around the world, and every city is reporting significant damage and casualties. Among them, Westopolis has received the heaviest casualties due to its weakened defense system. Downtown Westopolis has been almost completely destroyed. Unconfirmed sources have also reported seeing a black hedgehog in Westopolis.
Shadow? Deploy the troops now! And if you find Shadow with the Black Aliens, then kill them all.
But sir, isn't Shadow on our
I
side?
gave you an order, soldier. He's evil and he's the enemy. You can't fool me, Shadow. This time, you're mine.
Yeah, the gun commander really doesn't like Shadow for some weird reason. It's not a particularly good one either.
Attention! Emergency broadcast to all mobile units. Headquarters to all mobile units. All points bulletin. Be on the lookout for Shadow, the Black Hedgehog. Wanted in connection with the terrorist attacks. Last seen in the vicinity of downtown Westopolis. Orders are, capture him. Dead or alive.
Out of my way. Coming through. Stop! Don't move, or we'll shoot!
Stupid humans.
Very impressive, Shadow.
Who are you?
You don't remember anything, do you? But you will in time. But now, there's no time to waste here. Go and access the United Federation's mainframe. Understand?
Got it.
Shadow's pretty okay with all of this. Shadow's pretty okay with doing all this. I mean, hacking into the United Nations mainframe is not exactly something that you can do particularly easily. But yeah, anyways, that guy that you saw in the first cutscene with the gun commander, he does not like Shadow that much. And depending on one of the routes that you take, he will actually explain why you dislike Shadow, and it's honestly not really the best reason to dislike anybody. But then again, oh boy, here we go. I haven't exactly had a history of liking people or disliking people for the best reasons either. Like Kson, but the less I talk about her, the better. Yeah, I should be really careful about saying things like these. Not only because I don't actually dislike Kson, but it's also just not wise to make enemies this early on in my career. For any of you guys who are wondering, no, I don't dislike Kson. I don't even know anything about her. Anyways, this is Digital Circuit. And as you can tell, this is definitely more in line with the more crazier level designs that you would see in your typical Sonic game. It's all digital, because we're inside of a computer. Because back in the 90s, this was very few people understood how computers worked, so they used a lot of metaphors to explain what running around a computer would look like.
What a coincidence running into you.
Be gone, thought.
Government assignment to check all the chaos.
Anyways,
How about we both look for it together?
Merge with that light.
oh, I thought you had to do something in order to activate that light, but I guess not. Okay, good. That rare red barrier, like, that's a godsend if you can keep that in this level. The Dark mission in this level is significantly harder than the Hero mission in this level, just simply because you have a... Oh my god. Oh. And this barrier is a godsend to navigating around this place, because that red barrier, what it does is it destroys things around you that you make contact with. The problem is it's very easy to lose it in these sort of hyperspeed sections where you have to dodge firewalls. But if you do, it's very rewarding.
Some type of human weapon. Destroy it.
Also, this mission doesn't necessarily require me to destroy the gun soldiers, or in this case, it's just the drones.
Destroy those insolent fools. Track down their prey.
But you do get small benefits for taking out the gun soldiers. Specifically, not only does it increase your Dark Gauge, which gives you access to the ability Chaos Blast, which itself isn't that good, but the energy boost that you get from raising your Dark Gauge has some uses to it. Like, for example, you have unlimited ammo, and you're also invincible. So it's actually a very useful, it's actually very useful to fill up your gauges. As you can see, well, I lost it, but you can see the benefits of having that red barrier, because it destroys the barricades in front of you. See, now I can't do it anymore without jumping. Just ignore that enemy. See, if I had the red barrier, that enemy wouldn't have stopped me, and I wouldn't have hit the laser. But yeah, this level is, like, it's fine if you do the hero mission, but the dark mission can go on for a while. Oh, shoot.
Damn, not here.
Yeah, Shadow says damn a lot in this game. You better get used to it. Honestly, out of all the swear words that you can say, damn is really just not really one that I'm particularly that bothered by. I mean, Shadow does say hell a few times in this game, but only a few times. And that one's arguably a lot worse. I mean, honestly, if you want my personal opinion, I think black creatures is arguably the worst thing that they say in this game. And even then, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. Anyways, I jumped too soon on that laser beam, and because of that, I fell into the abyss below. When it comes to playing Sonic games, you kind of want to beat the levels and the missions as fast as humanly possible to get the best score. So I try to waste time as little as humanly possible, and I try to find shortcuts. But sometimes it just doesn't work, and sometimes you do need to wait. Okay, I'm not going to be able to ignore that.
The emerald is up ahead. Let's go.
I mean, I don't care about you, but I need to deal with this thing.
Not bad.
Head for the center.
Yeah, okay.
Cause a diversion. So let me search.
Yeah, this is why I was hesitating at first, because I forgot that in order to get ahead, or in order to activate some of those lights, you need to hit one of the gun drones, which does hurt your hero mission score, but it's just how the level's designed. I mean, it's faster to just ram into the firewall, but then you lose your barrier. He says jump, but technically the technique that Shadow is using is called the homing attack, not the jump. But whatever. I think to Black Doom it's pretty much the same thing. I didn't need to destroy that drone, I just wanted to prove a point. As you saw in what this is something that was actually shown off in Westopolis, and I actually meant to comment on it, but so I'll comment on it now. But there are going to be some missions in the game where the only way to complete it is to go beyond the goal ring, and to me, I find that kind of frustrating in some ways, because the game never explicitly tells you that the goal that you're looking for is beyond the Chaos Emerald. So that is a point of contention that I do have with this game. It would be nice, like, with how much this game tries to explain everything to you, it would be nice if they made that clear. Fortunately, they don't, like, this isn't a common problem with the game, but there are a few parts in the game where I feel like they could have explained things better. There's this one particular moment in Cosmic Fall that tripped me up forever because I didn't know what they meant when they said that, oh, this door is ajar. It's like, it's not a jar, it's a door. Basically what he was trying to say is that you're supposed to slide underneath it. This is probably one of the few times you'll actually have to, probably one of the few times where you'll have to actually use the spin dash. It's otherwise a pretty useless ability in this game. You know, I say that, but I've actually had some surprisingly good uses with with the spin dash in this game. It's just nowhere near as broken as it is in other Sonic games. Once again, timing. It's always been a problem with Sonic games when you have to wait for things. I've never been a big fan of that, and this game has aspects of that. Anyways, yeah, okay, the beetles are ignoring me, so I can just fire them anyways.
Well done, Shadow.
As you can tell, this game doesn't actually have a proper aiming feature. The game just kind of auto-aims for you,
Whatever happens to the humans is no concern of mine.
So now with this out of the way, I probably got a C rank for this. Oh, no, okay.
Perfect.
They're being pretty generous to me with these A ranks.
Mr. President, we've received a report from the Central Information Agency. Our ground troops have successfully pushed back the black aliens from Westopolis. We've also managed to suppress enemy forces in 5 other cities. There's also reports that the CIA's mainframe has been compromised. We're investigating the incidents now. It is a strong possibility that this was also committed by the black aliens.
Tell the commanding generals that the United Federation will never surrender to terrorists.
Yes, Mr. President.
This planet was once saved from tyranny and annihilation by you 2 heroes. Now mankind must protect this peace at all costs. We must stand united to defend our world against these invaders.
My sister loves bringing up this cutscene all the time just because of the little photo of Sonic and Shadow on the president's desk.
Where am I? Isn't that Dr. Eggman? Tell me about those black creatures.
So, for me, Digital Circuit was a pretty fun level. I like it a lot. This next level, it's a bit more lower quality. Like, it's a bit more on the same level as Westopolis. It is still another one of those bizarre Sonic levels, though, as you can see.
Must have gone this way.
Oh, Shadow, I'm so glad you're here.
So this level kind of shakes things up a bit from the other levels that we've played before, and it has two different, has a different enemy from the ones we've seen before. Before, we've been fighting mostly gun soldiers and the Black Arms. That's the name of the aliens in this game. But in this level, we actually get to fight Eggman's robots now, the Egg Pawns. Now, because of the way that the Eggman Pawn's alignment works in this game, in this level, you actually, destroying Eggman's robots actually increases your dart gauge. Now, the thing that's interesting about that is, as you can tell, Amy is one of the hero characters that guides you in this level, and Dr. Eggman is the Dark Mission. So basically, if you want to increase your dart gauge in this level, and increase your dart score, you basically have to destroy Eggman's robots while you're playing through the Dark Mission. I find it fun. But I can see why some people would find it annoying.
Don't go smashing up my robot! You know how these balloons work, right? They're set to float around a set area and then return. If you need to get down, you need to jump off.
Yeah. A gimmick with these balloons.
Try going down.
Yeah, usually you want to listen to Eggman here, because if you turn around here, this is a bit of a guide, dang it, to this level, but you can hit that, and then if you go here, you have the lanterns.
Good work, Shadow.
Now, I haven't explained how the lantern mechanic in this level works, but basically, the only way to activate lanterns is to use these little stick weapons. I think they're classified as a sword weapon. But basically, the way that they work is that they have a little hitbox on the end that hurt enemies. But that hurt box specifically is used to, hurt box is used to light up the torches. Now that actually is kind of an annoying part of this level, because that lingering hurt box is going to start hurting enemies that you don't want to hurt, and will also destroy objects that you might not necessarily want to destroy. It's just one of the many reasons why I don't like this level, but it's absolutely required in order to beat this level, so unfortunately you kind of have to rely on them.
Those pulsating blobs are some kind of alien spores. Make sure you don't overlook them.
Unfortunately, if you want to increase your dart score, you kind of have to. Well, I mean, if you don't want to lose your dark score. Because doing heroic acts actually does ruin your dark score. Or increasing your hero gauge reduces your dark score. And increasing your dark gauge increases your hero score.
Shadow, where are you going? The giant lantern is behind you.
On your tits, Eggman.
Number 3. More of the intruders are getting in now. Move quickly.
Yeah, you need keys in order to unlock those doors.
Do you have any fire?
Okay, yeah, here we go. Now I need to throw this... No, I need to throw this away, because...
Shadow, leave my things alone. Oh, it's a dead end. Or is it?
Obviously not. But here's something cool. Eggman will actually praise you for this. There's actually a crack in the wall behind that bench, as you saw, and
way to go! Good eyes, boy!
behind that there's a key. Anyways, this also gives you 2 bombs, so you can blow up this wall. And I think there's a weapon down here. Yeah, there we go. And the great thing about this weapon is that you don't need to use the bombs. These weapons don't have auto-aiming like a lot of the other, weapons in the game do, but they make up for it for the massive amounts of damage that they use. I overlooked them a lot in my first couple of times playing this game, which is, of course, a mistake. Because they can deal some pretty hefty damage on some rather big, annoying targets with a lot of HP. You know. I didn't need this. I'm glad I have that extra bomb. Yeah, that's one of Eggman's things. Anyways.
Do you have any fire?
This part is...
What are you doing?
This part is especially silly because you have to basically destroy Eggman's robots at this point. And if you kept the cannon up until this point, I think you can blow up that wall, but I don't remember there being anything remarkable there, so...
That platform in the middle of the room is one of the giant lanterns. Yes. Now, you just need to light the final lantern, and my defenses will be complete.
I can't remember if this is the correct way to go.
Use that balloon over there.
So far, this is actually going pretty well. I mean, famous last words, I know, but... Yeah, I missed one. Which we get to see that the balloons actually do go in one direction. Or basically go around in a circle. In one direction. Okay, yeah, I think at this point we don't need the torches anymore for a while, so...
When you're near some rings, to use the light dash. Don't let them get away! Check the lower right-hand corner of the screen to see the creature's remaining health. Make sure you steer clear of walls and obstacles while flying.
This is one of the cooler vehicles that you can ride on in this game. Though my personal favorite is the one with, like, the tracking worms that basically act like, key over here. That basically act like like basically heat-seeking missiles. A lot of fun. One of my favorite levels in the game has one of those.
Do you have it? Nicely done, Shadow!
But there we go. That's the end of the level. Though you'll probably notice I didn't get a Chaos Emerald in this level.
I'm one step closer to getting the truth from the doctor. I will not let him interfere with my plans.
I wonder why that is.
Another Chaos Emerald.
What are you doing here, Shadow?
Doctor, I don't want to fight with you, but I need those Chaos Emeralds. They hold the secret to my...
Enough of this nonsense! The Chaos Emeralds belong to me! All of them! No one gets in my way. Those who do will be destroyed. So stand clear or I will crush you! Just as I will those black creatures. Now,
Let me show you the power of my latest, greatest creation!
Why can't you just leave us alone already? Shadow, bring him down!
So this is one of the first, I guess you could call them mid-bosses in the game.
Eggman is on top of the robot's head.
This one's pretty straightforward, though. And I think it can be best described as the second hardest of the three of Eggman's bosses, because all you have to do is basically grab the gun, dodge his attacks, and then just fire at him repeatedly. I almost never get to see him do that weird spinning move.
You haven't seen the last of me!
But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward boss fight.
Sorry, Doctor, but that Chaos Emerald is mine.
Also, Amy's here for some reason.
Perfect.
In fact, I believe in this run, you fight two mid-bosses. One that belongs to the gun soldiers and one that belongs to Dr. Eggman.
Mr. President, there's an emergency.
What now?
It seems as if our ground forces have been able to contain the Black Arms. But apparently enemy reinforcements have arrived, and Central City is being invaded.
How? How can this be?
Let me share with you a piece of your past. It's filled with nothing but hatred and contempt for the humans.
Hatred and contempt for the humans.
You were the ultimate life form, but the humans feared you and wanted to destroy you. And they did. Now, you must amass revenge on those humans. Unleash your anger and ultimate powers on them.
So yeah, this level is kind of it's kind of a mess. See, out of all the levels in the game, this is the only one without a proper endpoint. That last level does have a proper endpoint, it's just easy to miss. But yeah, basically the way the level works is that if you're doing the dark mission, there are bombs littered throughout. Yeah, I know, I killed your buddy by accident, I wasn't paying attention.
The giant...
But basically, the hero mission, you want to defuse a bunch of mini-bombs throughout the entire city. And then the dark mission, you want to activate 5 large bombs instead.
Gotta help us.
Now, the problem is, it's actually very easy to screw up the dark mission if you didn't do what I just did right there, and I blew up that one wall. Seriously, those guys really need to stay away from those bombs. But if you destroy that wall, the rest of the level should make... like, the rest of the level progression should make sense. Arguably, you could say that this is one of the weaker levels in the game, much like Cryptic Castle or Westopolis. But I like this level because it's... I actually like this level because it's such a mess.
Hold your position.
And so confusing to navigate in. It kind of perfectly encapsulates the chaos of the situation. But yeah, some of the bombs obviously are protected by the gun soldiers.
There are 2 more. Do not let the bomb cores run dry.
Yes, the black aliens are there too.
If you wish to
Yeah, you can drive cars in this level. In fact, you're going to have to drive a car in this level. In fact, here we go.
Ready, Kidna sighted.
Believe that's the wrong way. Yeah, the way the car handles in this game is not very good. The next bomb is pretty close. Yeah, here it is. Of course, as you can tell, it's being protected by gun soldiers again.
The bombs will become inactive. Hurry. You should be able to break that easily.
Black Doom says that, but you need one of the strongest items in the game in order to do that. Which I guess I could take a moment to talk about Black Doom's character, because he is pretty funny in this game.
Make the humans suffer.
Because, like, outside of his random human hatred aside, he's actually relatively nice to Shadow. All things considered. I can't be the only one who thought of the iPhone 11 song when he said that.
Come here!
Damn it.
To be fair, I don't actually know if this is the right way or not. I remember it being the right way, though. Did I get it?
Well done, Shadow.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Death to all who oppose me.
At last, revenge. Perfect.
That happens sometimes in this game, and it's... it's what it is sometimes.
So, you finally come to realize just how abominable these humans are. It's time to make all final preparations for our ritual. Hidden inside that space colony ark is the most powerful weapon, able to pierce stars. The Eclipse Cannon.
Piercing the stars.
That's right. The 7 Chaos Emeralds are needed to demonstrate its full power, or tomorrow's prosperity ritual will all be for nothing.
Prosperity ritual? Tomorrow?
Now, go. What fools. Humans created the Eclipse Cannon to protect themselves from terror. Instead, it will be used to destroy mankind.
Shadow sounded really stoned there. But yep, this is one of my favorite levels in the game. And it's just called The Ark, which is funny because there are tons of levels in this in this game that take place in the Ark. One of them is rather infamous for having a very difficult mission. But yeah, this is easily one of my favorite levels in the game, just simply because it's just one big segment where you're like riding on I believe the enemy is actually called the Black Bolt. Yeah, you can mostly ignore the save points in this level.
About the number of barriers. There is still hope. Our soldiers have secured this emerald. Another squad prepares to attack us. Our do not waste time with the Ark's turrets. Stories. This facility needs energy to the Eclipse cannon. Move along.
If you want to navigate through this level quickly, what you can do is you can hold down the A button. I don't think the game ever makes that clear, but you can see the A button right at the bottom of the screen, so... Soon. Soon. He says that a lot. I still really love the music in this level.
Do not waste time with the Ark. Feel resistance. Shadow.
A lot of people say it kind of sounds like Final Haunt, and I definitely hear it, but it's not a direct remix. Like, the melody is a little different.
Oops. Not here.
Yeah. That's the only downside to playing this level the way I did. Is that, yeah, unfortunately, when you run out of HP, you have to start all over again. But that's small potatoes for me. At some point, like, if you played this game long enough, you do eventually get used to resetting a lot if you want to get an A rank, so... I don't mind doing it all over again, but... I don't think people would really enjoy watching me play it all over again. Oh, did I completely skip over Black Doom?
I know this place. I remember being here before.
Really, what makes the Dark mission easier, or what makes the Hero mission a lot easier in this level, though I think it's actually just the neutral mission, in this level. As you've noticed, there isn't a hero character in this level. But by doing that, you actually, yeah, here we go. I think he's saying back to the mic, but I don't know the rest of the lyrics. Though it is just a sample, so... There we go. I missed that. Very careful here. This last stretch of the level is actually pretty easy, but I played very recklessly again, and now... Okay, there we go. I will win most of the debris.
Ark is defenseless.
There we go.
The Eclipse cannon.
In fact, that glitch that happened before, where Shadow shouted death to all who opposed me when I cleared the mission, it actually happens more... It's more likely to happen in this level, because usually the Blackfold dies right before I destroy the final defense unit, and then Shadow shouts the death to all who oppose me! there, it's pretty funny. But once again, another boss.
Arc to headquarters! Arc to headquarters! Come in! Come in! Shadow's penetrated the Arc. He's headed toward the control room of the Eclipse Cannon.
Come in, Eclipse Cannon. He must be stopped at all costs. Take him out. That's an order.
10-4. Copy that.
This is Arc Defense Unit Blue Falcon. I'm engaging the Hedgehog.
Shadow, let your lust for revenge give you the power you need.
So I have a hard time saying whether this boss is actually harder than the Egg Breaker or
Not
not.
let him escape.
It's basically the same concept, but
Him down.
instead of getting the items from random boxes on the ground,
Energy charge complete.
yeah,
Particle beam cannon.
Strip him of his weapon and take it for your own.
yeah, the way you fight him in this is that you obviously take him out with his own weapon, but I haven't gotten to that point yet, so there we go. Though sometimes what will happen is that the weapon will fall into the abyss. Which, I don't mind that, because it actually makes the boss fight harder. Because otherwise this boss is a joke.
The particle beam weapon is capable of a 360-degree.
Like, there's another version of this boss fight that you encounter, in another part of this game.
Particle beam cannon.
Okay, saw this one. Okay, yeah.
Charging particle beam cannon.
So this weapon is actually known as a rocket launcher. It's basically like the Black Volt's, weapon, but it's actually... it's just the gun version of it.
Energy charge complete. Particle beam cannon.
In fact, this weapon might seem very familiar to those who have played Sonic Adventure, the Sonic Adventure games, as it basically is a lock-on weapon, like Gamma or Tails and Eggman's mech.
This is Blue Falcon. Situation critical. Requesting assistance.
He's too strong! The funny thing is, those reinforcements never come. It would have been nice if, like, a Bigfoot showed up or something like that during this boss fight to add a little bit more...
Fire.
Darn it, I wasn't fast enough.
Charging particle beam cannon.
Fun fact, by the way, one thing that I actually really like about this game, and I wish that other Sonic games did,
Energy charge complete.
is that when you get damaged, you only lose 10 rings, as opposed to
Particle beam cannon. Fire.
losing all of your rings, and then having to scramble for all of them.
Cannon. HQ.
Though, that also might make the game come off as a little too easy. I don't know. Honestly, I prefer it that way because it's better to not have to worry about scrambling around for rings all the time.
The planet-piercing Eclipse Cannon. There's no escape for you now.
And it also makes collecting more rings feel more worthwhile. As you can imagine, I can do that boss a lot better. So maybe it is harder than the Egg Breaker. Hard to say, really.
We are the Black Arms. We are here to take rule of this planet. Any attempts to resist are futile and will result in death. You humans are so pathetic.
Damn you.
As of today, this planet is mine.
You're crazy.
We will not.
Now, we will begin to exterminate all of the world's leaders who resist.
What?
Annihilation for this planet is near. It is time to embrace the dawn of your demise and despair.
Sir, are you all right?
Never mind me. What about the people of Central City?
No need to worry, sir. Orders were issued yesterday, and everyone has been evacuated to the safe zone.
Very good, Commander.
Now what's going on?
Commander! The invaders! Estimated over 1,000 black aliens inbound! They've penetrated our outer perimeter!
What?
According to reports, Shadow's also been sighted with the black aliens.
Shadow? I don't believe it. So he's finally decided to show himself. Attention all command units! Mobilize all mech battle sections! Prepare all weapons to strike incoming vessels! Mobilize DIABLON!
But sir, it's not ready yet!
I don't care! We have no other option! We must protect the President and the Chaos Emeralds at all costs!
Yes, sir!
Shadow, damn you! It's been 50 years. Justice will finally be served.
Shadow, I'm counting on you!
I know, Professor. The ultimate life form born to ensure peace and justice amongst all of mankind. Now, I know what I have to do.
Shit just got real. But yep, this is the final level in this route. Basically, it's pretty straightforward.
Men, status from armored Men, forgive me. This is for my friends.
I should probably be ignoring all these enemies, actually. Yeah, this is why. It looks a little different from what it does in Sonic Adventure 2, but this enemy is actually based off of Bigfoot from Sonic Adventure 2.
Commencing attack plan B. Incoming!
They're great, though, because they drop a lot of ammunition. And they also give you this really cool barrel shotgun.
Stay back! This is for my friends! Armored vehicle to the... Oh, no!
Shadow, this is the last stronghold of the human army. Destroy the core base, and then this planet will be completely defenseless.
I think now's a good time to mention that this is actually a Japanese game. Though, I mean, that probably should have been obvious with the cartoon Hedgehog as the main character. So it's kind of amusing that, for them, they consider the strongest human military to be essentially what is an XP of the Americans.
Grab on to that bully and hurry on ahead. It should be safe to use.
But Sonic games were always made with an American audience in mind, so there is that.
Shadow, the Black Aliens are working their way through. They've got to be after the Chaos Emerald.
Yeah, I know. I'm fighting alongside them.
You can't let them have it.
Destroy those in the mother computer is on the upper level. We must strike at the heart of
to all
You're supposed to use the turrets to destroy those, but if you collect the Bigfoot's weapons and let your Dark Gauge max out, you can actually blow them up pretty quickly. Oh, this is a fun weapon. Or this is a fun vehicle to pal around in. As you can tell, mechanically this is actually very similar to the mechs in Sonic Adventure 2. They even have, like, hover mechanics to it as well. It's nice to see Gun is actually taking lessons from Tails and Eggman's technology. I don't know if I need that, but... In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't need this anymore, but I think there are... Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, if these were modified after Bigfoot and Hotshot, they're definitely not the same as their original models. Because anybody who remembers fighting the original Bigfoot in Sonic Adventure 2 can tell you, it was not fun. I know the YouTube videos make it look easy, but that boss fight is not easy. Especially if you don't have the bounce bracelet.
Death to all who oppose me!
Everyone who can still move, grab a weapon and take it.
Destroy those insolent.
Can you believe
Rouge says something pretty funny. You think it'd be very difficult to navigate through those segments, but the areas themselves are pretty linear that you don't really have to worry about it. They thought they were being cute with that part of the level, but I have had many deaths. I've had many deaths in this level just simply because of that. I've had many deaths in this level just from that one area alone. Trying to increase my Dark Gauge, by the way, just so that it doesn't run out. Haven't seen any Bigfoots for a while. Oh, there we go. Well, I have 300. That was embarrassing. I'm usually a lot better about that. In fact, I can't remember the last time I've had to do this segment.
Damn, not here.
Of course.
This man is well defended. The mother computer must be just if the camera...
One of the worst parts about dying in these levels is that you lose your weapons. And all of its ammunition, which sucks.
Damn it.
This part is not fun without a gun.
Damn it.
Nice detail that it has it pointed in the opposite direction, but it is kind of annoying.
The second target has been destroyed. With our armies spreading out over the world, the human resistance will soon crumble.
Okay, I've got enough rocket launchers. I just need enough to destroy one Bigfoot.
Who oppose me?
Destroy those insolent Collecting keys will allow you to unlock
Hold your position! Armored vehicles to the front!
I don't think those gun soldiers have ever hit me while riding along the rail before.
Nobody gets away from gun! Lock on with your sights!
Ooh, electrified barrier.
Guns.
Be gone, thought.
Use the control stick to pick the direction to jump to. When you, while grinding, press the X button to accelerate. Press the B button to fire.
As creative as the rail grinding mechanics are in Sonic games, I feel like Shadow the Hedgehog was the first game that actually perfected it.
There he is! Get ready to fight! Fire! Fire!
Damn it.
That was surprisingly harder than I expected. There we go.
Shadow.
And that's it, that's the level. But because I died,
At last,
I probably don't have a very good
resistance has been
rank.
crushed.
Yeah. And now it's time for the boss.
Get out of my way.
Shadow, I can't let you go. Not like this.
You're the one who destroyed the Ark and killed everyone on it. It's time to settle this once and for all.
All right. I know what I have to do. I was born to bring order to the humans. These humans, they don't value life. They're going to pay. Pay with their lives for what they've done.
You?
Sonic, if you try to stop me, I'll destroy you too.
Kind of a weird conclusion to come to.
And for Maria.
Also, I wasn't expecting the gun commander to just straight up explain why he hates Shadow at this point. It's funny too, because it almost feels like they're having two completely separate conversations. I wonder if it's like that in the Japanese version. Anyways, this is Diablon. I widely consider him to be the hardest boss in the game. Some people would probably argue Black Doom is harder, but this boss, like... And yeah, I will argue that Black Doom... I will argue that, that this second phase of this boss fight is significantly easier than Black Doom is, but this first phase is just... it's kind of hard. Basically what you have to do is you have to actually wait until Diablon makes himself vulnerable, or try to bait him into letting himself get vulnerable, which only happens when he's attacking. And there we go, that's the end of the first phase.
Pretty good. Now, playtime's over.
Okay. Yeah. One big problem about this boss fight is ignoring Sonic. That if you ignore Sonic too much, he will get you, so...
Take this!
Damn it.
Hold still, you devil! Hold still, you devil!
Yeah, it probably gets... Jesus, where are the rings?
Charge complete! Now it's time to end this! Antimatter cannon! Fire!
Do not want to be in the blast radius of that.
Just wait, Shadow!
But here, there should be something here. Yay! A pistol.
Hold still!
The weapon's anti-particle beam has a
Yeah, I realized. It's only got 10 rounds, so...
must prevent the energy from charging up.
I think that's what they're called. I don't know anything about guns, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. In fact, everything I know about guns basically comes from this game alone.
Still, you devil!
I mean, apart from the Ratchet & Clank series, this is pretty much the only game that I've played that has guns in it. Uh-oh.
Energy charge commencing. Just you wait, Shadow. Hold still, you devil! Hold still, you devil! Hold still, you devil!
Come on. Where did my Dark Gauge fill up? It's almost there.
Hold still, you devil!
Should have picked a better weapon. Okay, here we go.
Charge complete. Now it's time to end this! Antimatter cannon! Fire! Energy charge commencing. Just you wait. Hold still, you devil! Hold still, you devil! Hold still, you devil! No!
Style on them with a Chaos Blast. And that's it.
Mere
I got all 7
humans
Chaos
cannot stop
Emeralds.
me.
That was definitely not A rank worthy. I don't even think it was B rank worthy, but if you disagree with me, game, I'm not gonna argue with you.
Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds. Shadow, what are you gonna do with them? I'm Shadow, the Hedgehog. I was created to bring order and justice to the humans. With the power of these emeralds, I'm going to destroy this damn planet. This is who I am.
And that was Punishment Thy Name is Ruin. Basically the pure dark route, which is basically what you do when you clear nothing but dark routes in this, or you do nothing but dark missions. Its contrast, the hero equivalent is a Missive from 50 years ago where you do nothing but hero missions. And basically, how these runs are ordered in the library are ordered from how many dark missions, or basically, it's basically like the order of like what missions you do, starting with dark, neutral, and then hero. So, like, Punishment Thy Name is Ruin is number 1, which is all dark, all the way to the end, and then Beginning of the Galactic Conquest, I think is the name, is the second one, is when you do everything that I've just done, but then do the last hero mission instead. So that's basically how I'm going to be playing through this, and I mean, it's going to be a while. Like, I'm still planning this stuff out, but I do worry about that coming off as a little repetitive, but whatever. Anyways, this shows off all the CG cutscenes that were used in the game, because these are, of course, those cutscenes are, of course, pre-rendered. I'm playing this on the GameCube. Do you really think the GameCube's graphics are that good? I will admit, though, it's like, in-game rendered graphics aside, the GUI and CG cutscenes of this game actually do look really good. Like, I know a lot of people like to make fun of this game's graphics because of the whole early 2000s kind of vibe that they're going for with the really dark tones and the really dark themes to it. But I don't know, for some reason I don't mind it in this game. I mean, normally in other games it does bother me. I mean, that Final Fantasy game that came out recently had a similar aesthetic, and I hated it for it. But this game, for some reason, I just give it a free pass. I do love this opening cutscene, too. Yeah, I know that you can't actually pump a semi-automatic weapon, but it still looks cool. You can't tell me that it doesn't. I should probably keep talking because I don't know if the song is copyrighted or not. It's probably not, but it's good to stay. It's good to stay on the safe side. Let's see. More aliens falling from the sky. I think we've seen that like twice in these credits section. Okay, yeah. Okay, now the song's over. Okay. Kind of a weird cutscene to play at this part of the song, but yeah, presented by Sega. This game was made in 2005 and it shows. And I unlocked the Samurai Blade. Basically, for each and every single ending that you play in this game, you unlock a bonus weapon that you can open in special crates that exist throughout the game. The best weapon, of course, is the Shadow Rifle, but in order to do that, you need to clear the bonus ending, which requires you to get all... You know this already. If you're watching this, you probably know this already. But either way, it's like, yeah, I guess that's it. That was Punishment, Thy Name is Ruin, and I'll see you guys next time when I do Beginning of the Galactic Conquest. I'm pretty sure that's not its name. I think it's Beginning of Galactic Conquest or something. Anyways.